1 mile an hour. Gonna make this section. Woo-hoo-hoo. What up guys, I'm on another mission, an epic mission at that. The plan is to wing foil around the Isle of Wight. Last time I did it, I gave up after 7 hours. I've kite foiled around a couple of times with the fastest being just under 4 hours, but wing foiling is a whole nother beast. I've been eyeing it up all summer and just waiting for these conditions, and it just never seems to fit in. However, tomorrow's looking pretty good, albeit a little bit rainy in the morning and cloudy, but the tides are nice. We've got a lunchtime neap tide, which is perfect. I've come across in my boat to the Isle of Wight. I left at about 9 o'clock tonight, just as it was getting dark, and pulled in at when it was pitch black. I will see you bright and early in the morning. Peace out. Good morning. It's 6:30 in the morning. Tom's gonna get here in about 20 minutes. And the plan is to leave in about an hour's time. The big question for me is, do I go G800 or G700? So the question is, do I go on like a 5, over wing it, and then go on a smaller foil but then be stacked with the wing, or go on a 4, maybe go G800, less power? I think you go at wind a lot better when you're like really overpowered, so I'm leaning towards the 5 and just blast it. With the harness it works fine. The thing is, the G8 will be really fun like on the back side, because it's what, 1100 surface area, so it's big enough to actually like do some downwinding and catch some swell. Oh look, here's Tommy boy right now.
That's the tea, mate. Morning tea delivery. You got my baggies as well.
Yeah. Right, the time's 7:30. We're just doing our last checks. I've got this thing called a yellow brick tracker, which the offshore sailors use. That's on the Iridium network. That basically pings every 5 minutes, tells you my last speed. So I've got that link. I've also got my phone in a waterproof bag, some water, some snacks. Last minute change to the G800 to be a bit more sociable and for peace of mind. You know, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Pumped up and ready. It's 10 to 8. We need to get going. Wind feels good, foil feels good. We're starting from Benbridge and we're gonna go around anti-clockwise. I reckon about 5 hours. First up, we're gonna head towards Cowes, then on to Hurst Castle, round the Needles and around the south side. Woo! I'm using No Man's Fort as my start mark. I've just started the watch. Tom's actually a little bit ahead of me. I can barely see him. I was a bit slow getting off the beach. But I'm going to check in a bit. Peace out. Whoa, blimey, this is going to be a long day. I've done 30 minutes, average speed 15 miles an hour. I've done 6 kilometers, so got a long way to go. I'm really overpowered. I'm stacked on a 5-meter sling wing. It's probably a solid 20, gusting 25 knots, but the tide is also ripping up wind, which obviously makes you feel a lot more powered as well. But we're making good time. I've done 14 miles in 1 hour and we're at Cowes, which is on schedule. So this is the most grueling bit though now. We've got about, like what, 15 miles upwind. It is a long old way. But we're doing that bit first, so get the worst bit done out of the way. Still not caught up with Tommy. We're pretty similar matched right now. I'm gonna catch you in another 40 minutes, hour or so. Peace out. You can see Hurst Castle behind me. Made it to Hurst Narrows. I'm pretty knackered actually. It's hard work this winging, but I've done 31 miles. It's 20 past 10, which means I've been going 2 hours 20 minutes. Average speed of 13.7 miles an hour. So we're making good time. We're maybe 10-15 minutes behind schedule, but actually I can see the Needles from here, and I don't think it's going to take us that long to get there. Maybe round the Needles in about an hour, hopefully, at slack tide, so fingers crossed we've timed it perfectly. Here comes Tom. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what the south side's like.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. I was so tempted to just bear off downwind and have a few downwinders, but they're valuable upwind miles right now, aren't they?
Yeah. Fuck man, I'm making more and more mistakes on getting up and...
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit more like dialed in, but also tired and sore already.
I'm definitely not dialed in.
Right, let's crack on. Point. It's about 12:30, about 50 miles. Woo! On the home straight sort of, but this bit's hectic. St Catherine's Point is notorious for being very rough, which also makes epic downwinding slash a bit scary, but wow. Yeah, St Catherine's Point is notorious for very rough weather. It's iconic in the round the island trip. It's the most exposed point really. But it's wind with tide, which was carefully planned. So it's about as mellow as it can be in 25 knots, which is still pretty scary actually. Just a few currents swirling around with some massive standing waves. Don't even need a wing for this bit. Doing about 20 miles an hour with the tide, so the waves aren't like massive, but because some cats 5-minute sections where I haven't used the wing. Woo-hoo-hoo! 21 miles an hour. We're gonna make this section. Woo-hoo-hoo! Dragging the wing. Who cares? This is pretty epic. Got about an hour of this. Oh, there she goes. So just coming past Whitecliff Bay. I've got some seaweed on my foil, which is annoying, but making really good time down this side of the island, going downwind with the tide, doing like 20 miles an hour. Oh, saved it. But the next stop after Whitecliff Bay is Benbridge. Just gone past the 5-hour mark. I am absolutely broken. Every muscle hurts, but I know I've got about 30 minutes at the very most left. Literally on the home straight. We just went past the Benbridge ledge mark, which is the only mark actually in the round the island race. The rest is just land. But we're officially on the home straight. Completed it! That's the fort we started at. Tom's just behind me. We did it! Oh! 5 hours 20 minutes. Let's have a look. 5 hours 20 minutes. 73 miles. Average speed of 14 miles an hour. So yeah, just under 5.5 hours. I waited a bit for Tommy Boy. I think I could do a sub 5. Here he is! I'm so fucked! Oh. Just had a banging English breakfast in the cafe, which is right there on the beach. A very fitting way to end an epic adventure. So pleased to tick the box and set a new record. It's never been done unassisted. Ross did do it last year, but it was assisted. It had rib support. Today we did it with no support. Just me and Tom caught. And I've got some stats for you. It took 5 hours 20 minutes. We did 73.8 miles, and average moving speed was 14.8 miles an hour. Max speed was 23.8 miles an hour. Pretty much it. I am absolutely knackered, but it does just feel so good to complete it. And we couldn't have got the tides any better. Really pleased with the calculations, like we nailed it. Now I've got to get home. Yeah, now I've got to somehow muster up the energy to drive this bad boy home, but it's going downwind, tide's coming up, so it should be pretty chilled. Just got to try and figure out how to get off the beach. But thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're not already. See you in the next video. Peace out.